Well, that's the end of another busy week on site. Friday tea time, but there has been one or two other changes. One of the changes that we've had on site this week is a new van has been delivered, and it's on the bottom at site where we had a few spare plots, but apparently both plots have been taken, so obviously there's another van on its way. I'll show you this new one that's just come on, and that's the van right there. It's not brand new, but it's just new to site, but it looks a pretty good size, to be fair. And that's the other side of it. I think windows need a bit of a clean, but who knows how far that's come. So that's probably up for sale, but I just don't know how much at the moment. So at this end at site, that just leaves one plot left, but there has been another change just outside my van as well. I'll try and show you inside. Sometimes it doesn't come out very well because of reflection. But it looks tidy enough in there as well. Plenty of space. And as always, I've been very busy keeping that grass down. It is going to slow down at some point. It's just not yet. So I just keep at it. And if I do that, it constantly looks well kept. And down this area, what they call dog walk, I've been cutting right back to edge of that dike. When I first started doing this job, this was probably about 18 inch wide because it was quite overgrown, but it looks a lot better now. As you can see, it's a lot wider. So that's better for folk that are walking the dogs down here. And I've spent pretty much all week on and off doing the same over the entire site. So everything looks well kept now. And that's all I need to do is just keep on top of that job. This is the second change to this site. That's the view directly across from our van now. Those two static caravans have been took off. So a little bit more work for me to do. There was a bit more to do than that, but I've been doing some this afternoon. So I'll get rest of that cleared up and ready for some new vans to go on. But just in the centre there, you can see there's a square part, and there used to be quite a big metal shed stood on there, and the owner has decided to sell it, and a friend of mine's bought it. I'll give you a quick look at that. That's the shed right there, a really good size, and he got it pretty cheap, but he also had a shed of his own. This is Jamie's old shed, which I've now bought off him, and it's going to be perfect for us because we've got this small shed and we keep his washer in there, but it's quite low, so when you go in that shed sometimes you do tend to bang your head. So this one is going to be perfect because you can just walk in there. That's going to give us a lot more room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a tumble dryer so we can have a tumble dryer and his washer in the same place, and that one I'll then use to store things like pots and containers and bags of compost. So we both got a pretty good deal out of it today, so I'll get all that sorted out over the next couple of days. Since it's now autumn, we're going to start and strip back quite a bit of this container garden because some of these plants are now coming to an end. So we've got a perfect place to store all these pots and containers ready for next spring. I'm not sure exactly what's happening with this van at the moment. It's just been put on site, so maybe somebody's bought it and had it brought here, or maybe it's one that they've bought and they're going to sell it. From what I've heard, they don't do renting on this site, something I didn't know. They don't like the idea of people renting out the vans to other people, and to be honest, I don't blame them for that because you never know who's going to turn up. So it's basically buy your van, put it on site, and you stay in it only. And as for our van, we've been carrying on doing all that pipe cladding. definitely needs to be sorted out as quick as possible now, because I don't know if anybody's noticed, around 3 o'clock every single day the temperature just drops. It's starting to get quite cold at night. We're at that point now where we don't sit out at night and have a drink. It's just too cold. And it just seems to have happened all of a sudden. Although today it's very sunny and it's been quite warm this afternoon. But this is getting to the point now where it's going to drop off. We know we're in autumn and we know winter's just around the corner. So all these little jobs that we keep saying we're going to get finished are now essential jobs that we've definitely got to get done. Because we started putting fire on inside that caravan at night, just on low, just to take edge off, and even a little bit in morning. Because until that sun comes around, that caravan's quite cold. But as soon as sun starts coming through windows, it does heat up quite quickly and it's manageable. But it gives you a little taste of what's to come. This is our first year with a static caravan, and we are going to be spending some time in it during winter. So what's going to happen there, I don't know. As I mentioned in a previous video, you're not allowed to have diesel heaters. So you've got your fires and your gas bottles, or you've got central heating, and our van hasn't got central heating, which is unfortunate, but I don't want to have central heating put into it just yet. Maybe after this winter I'll change my mind. It might be way too cold in there. But as I've said on a previous video, we are getting a few panel heaters just so we can keep it aired out as well and prevent condensation. We did have one of those portable gas heaters, what you put a little bottle into the back of, but I've given that away this morning because they don't really suit me. They start to make my eyes sting after a little while, and I find that heat a little bit overpowering, even when you put it on low. I just don't want one of those in caravan, I think. But somebody else has made use of that, which is great. At least it's not gone to waste. So as you can see, there's been a few changes outside our van as well. The two vans directly across from us have gone. So that is another 2 plots available now to put extra vans on, plus the one that was taken away quite recently. So around me we've now got 3 empty plots. So it'll be interesting to see what gets put on there. Will somebody buy a van and have it put on there? Or are they going to start and buy new vans and put their own on? And then put them up for sale. As I said, that one is definitely not a brand new van. But it looks alright and it looks very tidy inside as well. So it'll be interesting to see how much that one goes up for sale for. So coming towards the end of the holiday season, lots of changes happening on site. And if you're interested in seeing what happens over the next couple of months, where we go and what we do, then please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell. And I'll see you next time. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.